ready. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Raise up a white flag. Didn't come this far just to turn back. The curtains fall for the last act. Breaking that levee, breaking that levee. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on a battlefield, a survivor, never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shade. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. With every beat of my heart,
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection. If we fix your foundation and you mention Race On Texas, you will get a 1-year free subscription to the All Access Pass.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and
The Stars and Stripes Racing League has reached the penultimate race of the season. Tonight, we're at Under the Lights in virtual Avondale, Arizona, the Phoenix Raceway, the site of the next to last race of the season, the championship, the balance. The racing isn't getting intense, no doubt. Who is going to be the champion next week? Tonight, drivers will battle here. Of course, we're glad you're here. I'm Wesley Outland. I'll be on the call tonight. Charles Wooten on production. He might chime in a time or two. 6 wins for Kyle McCoy. He comes in tonight's race with a 9-point lead over Scott Rickard. The top 12 to make it into the playoffs are separated by 132 points. Josh Robinson, Christopher Smith, Tom Ogle, top 5. Ross Tatum, Zach Kreitz, Will Buzzier, Jason Grayton, William Duff, Kyle Bowling, and Timmy McNally has that final number 12 spot. The playoff bracket right now is where it is. And we, again, set the run to the race tonight here at Phoenix. Drivers around the racetrack, let's take a look at the race information for tonight. Presented by Hunt the Front TV. There it is. No fast repair for this series. 100% fuel capacity. 4 sets of tires. There will be 1 attempt at overtime if we need it. And of course, 150 laps, 150 miles on the track, just shy of a mile here at virtual Phoenix Raceway. All this going on is now we'll take a look at your Kaufman Creative weather conditions. 77 sim time degrees, 77 degrees at nighttime. Lights already illuminated. Track temp a little bit warmer by 80 degrees. Partly cloudy conditions. And the wind speed is nice and comfortable. Probably won't even feel 2 miles an hour. Drivers working their way around the racetrack, preparing for the race tonight here. Tom Ogle right now, top of the board in the practice session. 26.746 seconds. He's happy with his car. He'll go on the exit. This is about to wrap up practice for these guys. So they'll get ready to finish out and prepare to go to qualifying. Tom Ogle and Josh Robinson, Team Miata, right in the practice. Let's see if they can carry this momentum into the qualifying run, which is about to get underway right now. 5 minutes on the clock for these drivers to try to put down a solid lap around the racetrack. And you see the number 7 Cyhawk Motorsports entry, the points leader, Kyle McCoy. Coming out, Celsius Live Fit on the number 7 machine tonight. Driver out of Iowa. Chevrolet Camaro right now working his way to the line on the clock. Drops to the flat of the racetrack. And the cool thing about this track is this is the new Phoenix Raceway. This is not the old Phoenix. So that's going to be really fun to see how this race, this strategy, this dog leg, if you will, coming off of turn number 4 right here at the line. There's the dog leg that we referred to past the stripe. And Kyle McCoy, top of the board, 26.76 seconds. Ricochet Racing 23 Toyota, Dylan Grimm just posted a second fastest time, 27.815. Christian Lawson now just getting bypassed. Scott Rickard up now to the number 2 spot. Those are the drivers also in positions 1 and 2 for the championship on the track as well. So all of this going on here with qualifying. There you see Ross Tatum in the 21. Ross Tatum coming off of a win in the NASRA Xfinity Series on Tuesday night. Crazy wild race that was at New Hampshire. Josh Whitaker, the number 28 machine now, just posting fast time, 26.882 seconds for now the driver to be the fast man. Zach Kreitz now on the racetrack. Baby Ruth, number 46. Baby Ruth, candy bar. No, Baby Ruth is the candy bar. Babe Ruth was the baseball player. Where have you been? And Zach Kreitz is the new quick 26.769 seconds. Top 7 in the 26-second bracket. William Duff. Here he comes on track. William Duff and that 17 machine. On the Throttle podcast on Spotify. Coming to the line. A little sideways as a dirt track it. Off the corner. Good enough for mid-pack. Gonna have to pick it up there. And boy, what a save. Way high. Losing all that momentum. Gonna have to kill that lap for William Duff. Ryan Lynch now. Closing in on a minute remaining. Left in qualifying. Ryan Lynch, Cookout, number 31, Ford. Trey Jackson just clocked into the top 10. Right now, time to be posted by Zach Kreitz. 26.769 seconds around the racetrack. And here's the man that was fast in practice, Tom Ogle. And boy, oh boy, man, he is definitely in trouble. Thomas Ogle at least going to be in the top 5. He will move to 5th. 26.884 seconds. So all these drivers, for the most part, finishing up with qualifying. There's a couple of guys in the back that did not take time, and they're either going to have to start shotgun on the rear or they decided to retire from the race. Penultimate race of the schedule, 150 laps tonight at Phoenix Raceway. And here is your starting lineup for the race. Zach Kreitz, Baby Ruth, not Babe Ruth, 46. Chevrolet on the pole. To the outside, Josh Wilson, by the way, Verizon 5G network fast qualifier. Zach Kreitz, the nation's #1 network. Row 2, Will Bussler and Josh Whitaker, row number 2. Row 3 will find Thomas Ogle and Kyle McCoy. Row 4, Ross Tatum, Scott Rickard. Top 10, Dylan Grimm in the 23, Trey Jackson in the 5. Row number 6, Christian Lawson in the 3. and supposedly my twin, Nate Lynch in 25. Row 7, Kyle Bowling. Kyle Bowling in the 44. Jason Cratton right there in the 42. Row 8, Brian Lynch in the 24 and Aaron Hale on the outside of the 4 car. Row 9, Tom Wizza and William Duff. We saw him struggle in the qualifying run trim. See what he can do for handling in the feature. Top 20, Ryan Lynch in the 31. Christopher Smith alongside your top 20. Here are drivers in the back that did time, including Joshua Altus from Virginia. Brian Birch at 33. Row number 12 will find Mark Schrader in the 10. Mark Fish in the number 13 machine. 4 drivers. Those last 2 rows did not take time. They're ready to go here at Virtual Phoenix Raceway. As we mentioned, earlier, this racetrack obviously measured in at a mile in distance. This is the new configuration for the racetrack, so that will obviously make it very interesting. Well, one 551 feet on the stretch at the new racetrack. 11 degrees of banking in the corners in turns number 1 and 2. 9 degrees around turns number 3 and 4. Ready to go here at Phoenix. 1.022 mile. Flag awaits us. Ready to go. Time to get it started. The run to the championship hangs in the balance. Pace car is in. They're working their way into turn 4 leg. We feel the roar. We're green at Phoenix. Thundering down to the corner out of 4. Track reconfigured here at Phoenix. That could really change up the scenario you drive this track. And right now, Zach Kreitz in the early lead. There you see him thundering off to what used to be turn 4 to the front straightaway. The old Phoenix Raceway. Track configured in the backstretch. Now the front straightaway, right start line before getting to the dog there. Watching these guys work around the racetrack here. Still got that dog leg there in the racetrack, which makes it very unique. Phoenix Raceway is unique in the design of the configuration of this place, which makes it very unique to watch what they're doing here. All the while, early going, getting ready to put a handful of laps into it. Almost 3 wide for a minute. Up the middle, there's the 1. Bustler fighting for some spots. Tatum up on the outside. 7 of McCoy on the bottom. Plenty of room given. All these working off the corner. 150 laps is what they'll be running tonight. It's Kreitz and Robinson, Ogle, 1, 2, and 3. There you see those guys up in front. Working off of that corner, off the dog leg, going into turn 1, turn 2. Then there's the back straightaway here. Sharp entrance into turn 3. Arcing diamond off the 4 area, and there you see him thunder to the line. A lot of bonsai last minute made in virtual or reality racing here in Phoenix. Everybody just kind of continuing to hold that spot, man. What a big lead driver right now. Big lead for Zach Kreitz. It's over 2 seconds back for him. Kreitz the leader to Josh Robinson. There you see now a battle going on in the top 10. Lawson and Jackson battling there. Zach Kreitz up in front, the 46. Robinson right there to the bottom. All this happening. There's Jackson, the 5. 44, Kyle Bowling. Christian Lawson in front of them. Grattan on the bottom as well in the 42. Watching all this racing take place here in the early going. This is a track where you might see a plethora of green flag runs, no doubt. And then you might see a slip up with cautions or whatnot. Remember, this series does not stages. As by the way, there's a look at the aerial coverage of tonight's race provided by LSRTV, your home for sim racing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Close to 8,000 subscribers. iRacing on LSRTV. We're also available on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Bowling inside, plenty of run there. Lawson trying to drift up in front of the 5 of Jackson. That's in the top 10 of the racetrack. All of this going on with Kreitz now. Your leader out in front. Zach Kreitz, Josh Robinson, Tom Ogle, Ross Tatum, Kyle McCoy, top 5. That's the way it stands. Bowling on the bottom. Going after Jackson. Can't get after Lawson. Lawson holds on to that spot. Whitaker looked really strong at one time. Posted fast time at one time in qualifying before he dropped on the scoring pylon. Right now sits in the 9th position. Started this race in 4th. He's dropped back to 9th. Losing 5 spots. Climbing quickly through the field is Chris Smith, the 81 machine, up 6 spots now. Falling back is obviously 5 spots back. The driver of Josh, I just mentioned there, you can see Chris Smith, the Apex Energy Chevrolet Camaro working off the corner. Working the back straightaway, 14 of 150 laps when they come to the line. Quickly hitting their marks. But already back to start finish. Trey Jackson, Kyle Bowling, Nate Lynch, all these drivers still staying single file. There you see the 05. Got Rickard for bronze, Horse Garage Chevrolet, and he's outside the top 5 in that 6th spot as they thunderbound into the corner out of 3 and 4 here to the dog leg at Phoenix. Single file, everybody just kind of staying in line, holding their position. Kreitz, Robinson, Ogle, Tatum, McCoy, top 5. That's the way it stands right now on the racetrack. Grimm opens the door for Bustler. There's the best battle on the racetrack between Smith, Lynch, and Grattan. right now. That's going on in 13th, 14th, 15th. Everything calm, cool, collective up in the front behind them. Door to door, racing hard. That's the best battle on the racetrack here. Yeah, there's that white Budweiser car. Kind of changed it up a little bit more, add a little bit more dark on it than what he's ran in that solid white stealth mode it's looked like before. Bratton inside, plenty of room given to him. All of this going on. I did a iRacing broadcast earlier tonight. 200 miles, 134 laps at Chicagoland right before I came on the air here for Stars and Stripes. And it went caution-free. And it's kind of the way this whole scenario just happened right now at the start of things. People got in line. They just kind of rode. Just kind of been patient. That's what we're seeing here. Rickard down to the inside. Hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up Monday night, right here on LSRTV, it is the Full Throttle Sim Racing All-Star Race. The Open was absolutely phenomenal night. Brody and myself and Charles on the call. And Monday night promises to be even more exciting. The All-Star Race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Monday night. Make sure you make your plans to join. I believe it's 8:30 Eastern. 7:30 Central. And Rice Race is in the penultimate race of the regular season in the championship playoffs also. The championship will be decided. The championship will be decided next week. That'll be, of course, at the Sin City Shootout at Vegas. Everyone is all single file. There you see Tatum and McCoy off of turn 4. Already putting about a quarter of the race in here, 25 in. Quarter laps completed in a little bit. Solid run by Zach Kreitz up and pick up the leader in that 40. Seen the drop of the green. He set sail from everybody, and there he is working off turn 4. Kansas Unity Jayhawks and Baby Ruth Candy Bars on the number 46 machine. Chevrolet in the top 5, by the way. 5 bow tie cars in the top. Toyota 7 and 8. Chevrolet in 9th. The oval for Ford in the top 10. That's Lawson. Chris Smith slowly climbing back into the field, up 7 spots now. There's Kreitz right now, just kind of staying out there, lining the weeds, doing what he needs to do, being consistent on the racetrack. Everyone else now right behind them. Kreitz, Robinson, Ogle, Tatum, McCoy, top 5. Single file. Rickard, Bustler, Grimm, Whitaker. Lawson, top 10. There's Tatum now getting a run, running him down. That's, of course, McCoy. Inside, outside, back to the bottom. Plenty of room given there. Working in the corner in the 3 and 4. Ross Tatum, native out of Virginia. Staying up in that top spot. There's McCoy really driving up against the safer barrier. Up against the outside retainer wall. Just literally dropping down to the inside as they worked off the corner. Kreitz, Robinson. Ogle top three. Behind them is this battle we're watching for fourth and fifth. Sixth place. Here comes now Rickard in this fight as well. Buzzler somewhere in the mix too in the one. Here comes Smith. Highest climber of the race right now. 7 spots, maybe more. Setting this on Kyle Bowling. And Trey Jackson for 2 for 1. Grattan right there behind him. All this going on here. $1,551 feet measures the front straightaway here at the new Phoenix Raceway where they updated it. The backstretch now is 1,179 feet. Eight to 9 degrees in the corner. Into 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 9 degrees. Front straightaway dog leg measures at around 11 degrees, believe it or not. Then the front stretch and the back stretch actually are both 3 degrees at the Phoenix Raceway. Watching these guys working around the racetrack right now. Kreitz is the man leading the way with a strong run for the driver of the 46 machine. Long. This race basically 150 laps, 150 miles. And it is flying by quickly as we're about to put 1/3 of the way through. Kreitz up in front. Robinson in second. Ogle third. Look at them now still tangling here. 4 cars in the top 15 led by Jackson. But Smith now inside, looking outside, can't find him. Grattan will follow. Can't get there. Smith, bottom. Nope. Access to not. Strong run. Driver there, single file, backstretch. There's Smith again. Chris Smith inside, give him room. Jackson on the outside lane now. There's stride for stride. Door to door, photo almost at the line. Bonsai off one another in the dog leg and still keeping it going. So a quick start to this one. Stars and Stripes Racing League, round number 19. Race before the playoffs. Championship finale next week at Vegas. And by the way, there will be the special Memorial 500, the Indy 500 with the Indy cars. That'll be coming up on Thursday night, May 30th. Thursday night, May 30th will be that race. And I know that LSRTV is not going to be broadcasting it because I know Charles, our producer, has a actually current former obligation to another event, real racing event. Was it May 3rd Raceway, I think? For the Comp Cams Dirt Car Super Late Model Series. But nonetheless, that race will be broadcasted. And I can tell you that they have asked me to be on the call for that race at Indy. So that's going to be fun. The IndyCar 500 miler coming up in 2 weeks. And obviously the champion will be decided at Las Vegas next Thursday. We'll be here for that one. Kreitz, Robinson, Ogle, Tatum and McCoy, top 5. Single file around the racetrack. Oh, wow. You got a 3-day weekend like me. Holy cow. We got a 3-day weekend, 2 weeks in a row, actually, starting next week. And by the way, Race On will have Comp Cam's Dirt Car Super Late Model Series there. Smith inside Whitaker. There's the 81 of Mutts now. Josh Whitaker falling back 7. There's your highest climber and losing ground of position on the race. Right there. There's your 7 car. He's in 4th. Solid run for McCoy. So we're closing in on about 20 minutes into this race since the drop of the green, and 1/3 of the way, believe it or not. 50 laps about to be in, and about another handful or so. Kreitz is running away with it. There you see the 7th and 4th McCoy outside the top 3 podium right now. But there's the man leading. Zach Kreitz, the GWC Racing number 46, the driver, of course, in charge on drive. Josh Robinson in that 2nd spot. There you see him poke into view. The micro Center, number 13. Well, it looked like his car was bottoming out just a minute there as well. What a save. Team Yama Ogle. Let's find Tom. He's right now in the number 3 spot behind them right there. Pump it into view. There he is. The White Claw, number 11, Chevrolet, doing well on the racetrack. By the way, 6 Chevrolet top 6 right now. 2 is in 7th and 8th. And then it's a Ford and a Chevrolet. Top 10. Up 10 spots, Chris Smith. And all the while, they're setting their sights to run down right as he is the Pied Piper right now leading the field here. There is the Ogle car. Ogle quick in the practice session, and then he first rattled off a qualifying time of 20th. Definitely had to find fast speed in that 2nd lap, and he did start this race in the 4th position. And right now he's sitting in, of course, starting in the 5th position. My apologies. He's now sitting in 3rd spot right now. Christopher Smith starting to climb in 10th position. He's there now in that number 10 machine, up 10 spots. Christopher Smith looking good. Apex Energy entry right now, clearly out in front. So far, solid run. Obviously, we'll be thinking about green flag pit stops momentarily for these Xfinity cars here for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. But right now, your top 5. Zach Kreitz, Josh Robinson, Tom Ogle, Kyle McCoy, Ross Tatum, as we are 50 laps down, 100 to go, 1/3 of the way here, caution free so far at Phoenix penultimate race, Stars and Stripes Racing League. We're going to step away and go nowhere. We'll be right back. If something happens, we'll break in here.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Changing anything since we stepped away. Working out the quarter to the halfway mark of this race, penultimate race of the season, round 19 tonight. Stars and Stripes Racing League. I'm Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten, you heard him pop in just a minute ago, just kind of giving us an update on the schedule where he'll be Dirt Raceway. You saw the commercial. And remember, the Comp Cam's Dirt Car Super Late Model Series is only on Nissan. Wait a minute, you don't have your little fancy graphic no more that spins the bottom of the screen, the left of the monitor? Remember how you used to have a little race car that you spin dirt, spin tires on the bottom, little graphic? It's not there no more. Randomly, sometime tonight, out of nowhere, you're going to see that logo of the Dirt Late Model spinning around the corner, putting up the logo for Race On. There it is! There it is! Damn, they're already promoting June 14th, 15th. Oh, wow, that's a big one. The Clash at the Mag. Ever been to Magnolia, Mississippi? If not, you better go down there to Dr. Dirt, Johnny Stokes, Red Playground, the home of Black Ice. I first time ever announced at Magnolia, Charles, and I'm not trying to get off subject, but it's kind of a, single file show here right now. But the first time I ever announced at Magnolia Motor Speedway in Mississippi was, also I want to say 2011, 2012, I think it was. And, oh man, Black Ice never got introduced to that type of racing surface that they had. And Ice, in my opinion, I think it's the Eldora of the South. The track is beautiful. The facility is beautiful. The track, the Eldora, is what I nicknamed it. And it was really cool to hang out with Dr. Dirt, Johnny Stokes. And if you don't know him, definitely make it a point to meet him. Super great guy, for sure. All right, back to action. Battle now going on for 7th and 8th spot. That's Grimm and Lawson, followed by, of course, the 33. It's Burchett. Burchett in the Skull Bandit. Harry Gant throwback, if you will. We got a battle going on for 3rd. Ogle trying to battle McCoy for that. It's on the bottom. Ogle up top. They're door to door to the line. Through the dog leg, down to the inside. It is McCoy going for 3rd around Ogle. Ogle going to try to fight back on the bottom again. Inside of the racetrack. Tatum is watching all this going on. One lap down. By the way, Ross Tatum, Josh Whitaker, only drivers that have pitted. They pitted on lap number 51 exactly. Trying to go for an undercut maybe on some of these guys because you know they're going to have to pit eventually. And I got to think we're closing in on the halfway mark of this race in about another couple of handfuls of laps, and I wonder if we're going to try to see these guys try to put it down to a one pit strategy race unless we get a LRC, if you will. McCoy way high off the pace. McCoy was. You saw that just a moment ago. Here comes now Jackson and Bolin and Duff battling. Hey, by the way, we forgot to mention this, so we want to put it in the little graphics up on the screen. We'll knock it out quickly. The Stars and Stripes Racing League of iRacing on LSRTV is proudly presented by these fine sponsors as well. Butt Kicker. Thank you also to Next Level Racing. On the Throttle podcast, available on all platforms, especially Spotify. And Verizon, the nation's #1 5G network and pole qualifying sponsor. Charles Wooten pushing the buttons. He's the guy that puts those graphics up on the screen when we're talking. He talks sometimes. I'm Wesley Outland. We are ready to bring this one to the halfway mark in about less than 8 laps. There's Grimm inside in that 7th spot, followed by Lawson now looking inside and outside of the 3 car, making the move to the bottom. It's onto that spot. Inside, I love the new Phoenix with the dog leg and the way the race is. You know, you want to talk about a track that totally on its axis as far as the strategy of figure out how to get around this place. When they done that, it changed the won't say it changed the racing per se, because in my opinion, championship race for NASCAR needs to move away from Phoenix. It needs to be somewhere else. Go back to Homestead. Go to Vegas. Hell, go to Kansas. Look at that crazy finish NASCAR had a couple of weeks ago with that photo finish 3 wide. At one time, Atlanta was the finale. Go back to Atlanta. You know, our finale for the Stars and Stripes Racing League will be at Vegas next Thursday night for the championship. Will Bustler. Door bangs off the 0-5 of Rickard, and Rickard and Bustler get together. Hold on to it as he ran up the racetrack. That's going on for the top 5. Will Bustler and Scott Rickard. A little contact there with one and how they hold it together. And we stay green. That could have been answered. They did lose momentum. By the way, anytime now, I'm thinking pit road's going to open up here for these guys in the front. They've not pitted yet. Closing in on the halfway mark of this race. Stars and Stripes Racing League number 19. Working into the halfway mark of this race. Well, I'll tell you what, Charles, it's been all Zach Kreitz. Let's show his car again. The candy mail for the series of the Stars and Stripes. And the Candyman can. Great lyrics by the song from the movie, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And the Candyman can for this race tonight. The Baby Ruth 46 Chevrolet, Zach Kreitz, leading the way flag to flag so far. As we approach halfway, I got a feeling green flag pit stops are on the horizon, and the cross flags are coming out next time by as the field cycles around. Let's go an extended Feel the Roar at Virtual Phoenix. Green flag pit stops are happening. As I aforementioned, I had a feeling it was going to be going right after the halfway mark. I think these drivers are going to try to stretch it out to go at least one pit stop on the track. Welcome back to coverage. There's Christopher Smith, Apex Energy Machine on the pit lane. There's the High Rock Vodka Entry 05, Scott Rickard. And the money stop. These drivers, I'm thinking, because it looks like almost any and everybody has came down to the pit lane for tires and fuel. By the way, do you remember the two drivers that come down to the pit lane earlier? That's the Ross Tatum and Josh Whitaker. And right now, they are sitting with time and scoring updates here. I don't want to give out false information, but I got a feeling they're going to climb into the top 10, no doubt. Ross Tatum is up to 4th. Josh Whitaker now going to get to 7th or 8th because more green flag pit stops are happening. These drivers went for the undercut and pitted almost 25 laps earlier than these cars did at the halfway mark of the race, and there's still more pit stops being done. William Duff the 4th, his Ford 17 on pit road. Jason, the new leader in 40. He hasn't it yet. Neither has Lynch or Altus. When will they be coming on? There's the new man out in front. And there's a caution. There's a caution on the racetrack. Problems for the 21st place driver. I believe that's Brian Lynch. And he puts this under caution. There you see the smoke bellowing from the rear end of the Hooters Chevrolet. Problems Ryan Lynch to put us under the first caution on lap number 80 here at Phoenix. Just simply lost it coming out of the corner. Entering the dog leg and into the wall goes the 24. Spinning down the front stretch. Our first caution of the race. Now, is this, do the guys that were pitted on lap, is the track position more important, or do they come down to the pit lane now? That's the question. $1 million question I'm thinking right now. As it was Ross Tatum and Josh Whitaker, lap 5. Here comes the other drivers like Jason Gratton, like Ryan Lynch, like Joshua Altus. Those drivers did not pit yet. Here comes Ross Tatum back down lane, as well as Josh Whitaker. So survey said, I'm dead on it, those drivers are now having fun here. After halfway at Phoenix, caution out. Cycle it back around, and you're going to put Zach back as the leader, as these drivers were up and had not pitted, taking advantage of the pit stop now. More takers in the back. We'll reset. We'll go back for a restart from Phoenix. When we return, this is iRacing on LSRTV.
Drag race to the lunch!
Back here at Phoenix and getting ready for the restart, which is about to happen right about now. Field is getting ready to come back to the Geico restart zone, and we will settle with about less than 40 laps to go, or think it's the close half. Well, actually, it's about 60, so 67 laps left to go as we get ready for the restart. Caution lets Kreitz get back up in front as the other drivers that were cycled in from not pitting came down to the pit. Crazy restart, 3 and 4 wide. Quickly they'll fan back out single file fast, and Kreitz right back out to the top. McCoy, Robinson, and they have stacked them up. Trouble in turn 3. Caution out, Lynch. Hale, 16th, 17th spot, wrecked over there. Ryan Lynch, Aaron Hale. All around this incident, and just in the second caution of the race. Cautions breed cautions here on a restart. Phoenix is one of those tracks with this track layout that can provide this type of calamity. Tatum just lost it going off a 2. Into Lynch. Got hell into him. Camel, is it in you? Lynch. Charles, what did you say, Charles? only, you knew eventually it was going to say Campbell, is it in you? Does anybody pit? That's the question. Or is strategy more important than anything? Just at lap 76, 78, those are the last times those drivers came down to the pit lane. And I see some guys in the top 15 on back of the top 15 coming on pit road. Obviously, Ross Tatum, Ryan Lynch, Mark Schrader on pit road. Mark Fish, Aaron Hell, and Brian Lynch. Those drivers were drivers that had damage, part of the accident. Don't forget, championship will be decided next Thursday night. Times Racing League finale, the Sin City Shootout. Of course, virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's where it'll all be. The Season 8 Championship. Sin City. That will be next Thursday night. 150 laps, 225 miles on the 1.5 miles of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next Thursday, again, there will be somebody broadcasting the Memorial Stars and Stripes Indy 500. I will be on the call for play-by-play. However, Charles not going to be there. It's going to be different not having Charles for the Indy race. And actually, if I'm remembering correctly, next Thursday will actually be the final Stars and Stripes Racing League event on TV as well. Kind of downsizing a little bit in our equipment production. All right. A lot of these drivers think they can go to the finish. Second caution, repetitive, ready to come back to the Geico restart. Lap number 89 when they thunder back to the green. Set it up for you as the pace car enters onto the pit lane in turn 2. Down the back stretch going to 3 and 4 as they're rolling there now. Zach Kreitz, Kyle McCoy, and they're going to roll this all the way back to the fire line box in the Geico restart zone. Leader could have took off, and he had to wait right there. Kreitz in that second white line, and he's gone. Back underway here at Phoenix. Close on 60 laps to go. Bustler high. Everybody holding it together off turn number 2 off the dog leg. Back straight away. Into 3 and 4. Here they come to the line. Outside Langley there for Zach Kreitz in that spot. You've got McCoy right there behind them. Robinson and Rickard and Ogle and Gratton, Greenhammer, Lawson, Altus, top 10. Single file. We do-si-do again off the corner coming out of 4 to the dog leg. Inside, McCoy looking for the lead. First time on the leader, Kreitz. Side by side for that spot. Back straight away. Boy, not lifting on the bottom. Clear outside. First time push it. The 46 has had it. Now Robinson in the battle. 3-car battle. Maybe 5. If Rickard and Ogle can get in the dogfight. Side by side, working around Phoenix. McCoy now out in the bottom. Gets the move on Kreitz now for that spot for second. Kreitz, McCoy now top spot. Robinson tries to rewind along with Rickard on the bottom of the dog leg. Couldn't clear him. Coming off of the part of the what used to be the back stretch. What used to be the front straightaway here is now your back stretch here at Phoenix. Amazing what the configuration can do to change the complexion of the way that you would drive around this racetrack, much less make the moves that you make as they drop again to the bottom of the apron in the dog leg and at 1 and 2. Good hard racing, and now it's kind of settled down in single file as they went from a do-si-do two-step battle to now a conga line. Cratton jumping, trying to go after that spot with Ogle. This is now for 5th. Bustler watching all this going on inside. Christian Lawson as well, trying to get the rear end on Grimm. Back straightaway into turn number 3. Closing in on lap 100 here at Phoenix. Single file, working back off of that corner again, off of turn 4, back to the dog leg, back to the line. Turn number 1, turn 2, the back stretch. Everyone just kind of being patient now, working into 3 and 4, getting ready to come back to the stripe with McCoy still the leader. Second half of the race now, Kyle McCoy showing his strength as being the new top dog. Here comes now Smith on the bottom. Altus on the outside. Whitaker will follow. Everybody just kind of riding right now. That's probably the smart thing to do. You see inside the top 10. Graham and Lawson. Smith, Altus right there, one behind the other, single. Just a moment there, you see Whitaker. That's in the 12th spot. Trying to make that battle back in the corner. Altus inside, trying to run down Smith now for that spot. He's on the outside lane now. Smith going after Lawson. All this happening again as they work the straightaway. Jackson Tatum, top 15 along with Duff. Single file, that's the way they stand. '21st place car way off the pace, getting flown by the field of traffic. That's the driver of Brian Lynch. And Brian Lynch coming back down on pit road again. Remember, he's the one that brought out the first caution of the race. Solo spin for Lynch to put out the yellow flag just around lap 85, and then we had on a restart another accident that happened. with a multi-car virtual kerfluffle. And since then, on the restart that time around, Kyle McCoy put the number 7 to the whip, getting around the 46 of Kreitz. And right now, he is the man that is leading the way. Championship race next Thursday. Las Vegas Sin City Shootout presented by Verizon. The title will be decided from there. Who will be the driver goal up in the Stars and Stripes Racing League? Kyle McCoy, an amazing season for this driver, looking for win number 7. Kyle McCoy and Scott Rickard battling for the championship, and McCoy is up in front. Rickard, you see a little glimpse of him just a moment ago, flying by. There he goes in the High Rock Vodka car. Tire Pros entry from New York. He is 4th. There is, in addition to the top fighting for the playoff spots for the championship, there is a top tier 2 playoff and a tier 3 playoff, where also there's a championship within a championship for those drivers. Christian Lawson is leading Trey Jackson in that race for the championship playoffs, as well as Aaron Hell in tier 3 leading over Dylan Grimm. A lot of different strategies, if you will, to try to make it where drivers compete and don't fall off. And one of those things is that tier 2 and 3 playoff bracket. Right now, 132 points separating McCoy to McNally for the championship playoffs. Well, we tried it earlier, and we had green flag pit stops. Don't think we'll see anything now. Let's try take 2 of an extended Feel the Roar from Phoenix. Almost one. Clock 35 to go. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the roar of the cars. Virtual Phoenix Raceway. What's left of them. McCoy still out in front. I was looking at some stats here on the overall driver. That obviously is Mr. Kyle McCoy. And man, this guy is continuing to be the man up here in front. So, by the way, I want to actually apologize because I think I actually made a mistake on error by what I was looking at on. Well, actually, you know what? I don't think I'm actually not. I don't think I'm wrong. Kyle McCoy, Scott Rickard separated by 9 points, and something else is showing different. But actually, it looks like it's updating. So, anyhow, Kyle McCoy right now just continuing to make a championship, make a run towards the finish of the race. Seven if Kyle McCoy is able to pull this one off. A really good, strong run going for him. Kyle McCoy tonight making his 101st career start for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. It would be win number 34 of his career if he takes the checkered flag tonight. Closing in on 30 to go. $75 top 5 finishes if he wins this, or finishes in the top 5, obviously, on the podium, and it would be his 103rd top 10 if McCoy's able to make a little history continue to repeat. Right now, it is still him leading. Kreitz up in front in the second spot, fast qualifier. Zach Kreitz obviously starting his 75th race last week, Diamond Anniversary at Auto Club. This is his 76th start. 76. 1 win, 8 top 5s, 23 top 10s for Zach Kreitz. And he was looking for an opportunity to try to break through, if you will, and win tonight. And that 46 does not have a win this year. Zach Kreitz does have 1 win in his career with the Stars and Stripes Racing League, and that was a victory. That was October 12th, 2023. That was last fall with a win at Talladega. Closing in on 25 laps to go. Robinson on the racetrack right now, the number 30. There you see him right behind Kreitz. There's Josh Robinson. Tonight is his 77th career start. He has 5 career wins, 33 top 5s, and 53 top 10s in those starts for the driver of the number 30 machine. Solid effort for the Micro Center Chevrolet number 30 on the racetrack. Well, Rickard, as we mentioned, Scott Rickard on the track. Let's find him. He's in that 4th spot. Scott Rickard, start number 139 tonight. The man that's got 26 wins in his career. Right now, Rickard with 3 wins this year, 13 top 5s and 16 top 10s. Rickard, all-time, 26 wins, 82 top 5s, 4 top 10s, sitting here in the number 4 spot on the racetrack. And how about Ogle right now? What a good run for him. In practice in the 11. There you see him right there, popping into view. 3 seconds back to the leader, behind Rickard. There he is. Ogle is right now currently in the top 5 with under 25 to go. He was fastest in practice. The top 76 start as well, joining Joshua Robinson with start number 7, his 76th. And Thomas Ogle has 6 wins in Stars and Stripes Racing League competition, 27 top 5s and 50 top 10s. Let's look at some more detailed stats and information on the drivers that are currently in the top 5 on the racetrack. As we close in on 20 laps to go. Single file. No one breaking out of line. The real McCoy up in front. There's the battle, probably the best battle on the racetrack right there between Duff and Trey Jackson. '14th and 15th. 20 laps to go. Don't forget, championship Sin City Shootout from virtual Las Vegas. Next Thursday night, 225 miles, 150 laps. A championship hangs in the balance at the playoff bracket. There's really no elimination, if you will, for the playoffs. It's just the best of the final 5 weeks. 20 laps to go. Here, 19 at the line. McCoy picking him up and putting him down. And lap traffic as well. McCoy, Crichton. Robinson, 1, 2, 3, single file. Full time running out. Trying to get around this track fairly quickly. We will not take a commercial break, but we would like to thank these following sponsors that make the Stars and Stripes Racing League happen. Thank you to, again, the guys, because we have to take care of the media and the PR people, keep them happy. Thank you to Butt Kicker. We appreciate them. Thank you also to Next Level Racing for the Stars and Stripes Racing League. On the Throttle Podcast, no new shows, but previous shows are available on all podcast outlets, especially on Spotify. And finally, Verizon, the home of the nation's 5G mobile network. Verizon Fast Time Qualifying. Tonight, it went to the driver of Zach Price in the 46. $17, make it 16 to go. When they come to the line, there's your top 3, all single file together. Man, I am so impressed in what McCoy has been able to do. first half of the race, man, it was all Zach Kreitz, but things changed after that caution came out. Actually, I'll be honest with you, before that caution came out, McCoy was making a run after Kreitz. And now as we approach the end, 15 to go. Leaders have already the start-finish line. There you see Ogle and Grattan and Bustler. They'll tally up the points after tonight. Last moment efforts for any of these drivers to try to get all the position they can to make it into Vegas for next Thursday. McCoy is out of Kreitz, Robinson, Rickard, Ogle, top 5, single file. That's the way it stands. Grimm is on the outside looking in along with Bustler, Grimm, Lushin, Smith, top. There's the best battle on the racetrack, honestly. That's for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Bustler, Grimm, Lushin, single file. Grattan up there in the mix, and he pushed him up the high side of the track for Bustler in 1. Bustler now closing in on Grattan's car and the Ogle machine. And all of this is going on for probably the last handful of laps. 6th, 8th up for grabs. 9th, 10th watching on with Grimm, Lushin, and Smith. And closing in on 10 to go here at Virtual Phoenix. 2 caution flags for the race. Oh man, by the way, want to say thank you to Virginia811.com. Let's take a look at the race summary coming to the end of the race. But reminding you to dig with care. Total cautions were 2 so far. There is an extra overtime that hangs in the balance if it needs to be. 7 caution laps total. 10 to go. 4 lead changes. That's brought to you by my buddy from NASCAR and Morehouse. And of course, Virginia 811. Reminding you to dig with care. You better dig. Get to digging. If you're Kreitz or Robinson, start making a run in on McCoy. We're single digits now here at Phoenix for the race. Hello for Ace High Racing. Thank you. I believe that's Toby Ritters or the Rose Ritters family. Somebody. Thanks, man. Northwest Series will get right back to a road course racing on Monday night. Always enjoy seeing our family from the Northwest Racing Series group. Jumping in 3/4 of a second. Kreitz might have been saving something on the 7 car. And Robinson's right there behind him. To the victor goes the spoils, but don't count out the 46 or 30 yet. 5 to go. Oh, and by the way, don't forget also, before the Northwest Racing Series event, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, 8:30 Pacific, from Gateway, we will have the All-Star race for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Series. Or to be in there with Brody Hanna, maybe Jason Rock will be there, I don't know. The All-Star race from Charlotte. All-Star Open was very fun last night. 325 lap qualifying races. We'll see what Monday entails. 4 laps to go, down to 4 miles remaining here at Phoenix. 3 to go now. McCoy in the lead. McCoy, Kreitz, Robinson. And it looks like McCoy has turned afterburners now. You see him in view but Kreitz just can't run him down. There you see the 7. There is lap traffic up ahead. This might spice things up a bit to allow the leader to get stuck behind track. Penultimate lap of the race. Popsicles are out of the freezer and on the flag stand. 2 to go. Kyle McCoy running down Lynch and Fish and Hell. All this going on as they work their way. Coming off of turn number 4, down to the line. CRN 1 to go. White flag is out. Racing, weather permitting, we are CRN.com Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Meanwhile, final time around. Looking for win number, car number 7 on the road to the championship. Here comes Kyle McCoy. Back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle McCoy picking up his 34th career win in his 131st career start. Kyle McCoy wins the second half of the race here at Zach Kreitz will have to settle for second. Obviously, Robinson will go third. And celebration begin for the Celsius Lib Fit Cyclone. The man from Iowa, from the Hawkeye State, is celebrating big time. Kyle McCoy wins tonight here at Phoenix. Let's take a look at the results. 2 cautions halting the race tonight for the penultimate race of the schedule. Let's take a look at it. Kyle McCoy, the winner. Zach Kreitz is second. Joshua Robinson will finish third. Those 3 drivers had about a 3-second gap on Scott Rickard, who finishes fourth, as Kyle still continues to burn down some donuts on the pavement at Virtual Phoenix. Will Bustler will take the top 5. Thomas Ogle, Dylan Grimm, Jason Gratton, Christian Lawson, Christopher Smith, your top 10. 11th on back with 16 on the lead lap, including Joshua Altus, Ross Tatum, William Duff IV, Josh Whitaker, Trey Jackson, and Lynch fighting to stay on the lead lap. Here are the drivers a lap down or more, including Tom Wizza, Nate Lynch, Brian Lynch, Mark Schrader, also Mark Fitch. Let's see here who else I'm missing here. Brian Lynch, Aaron Hale Bowling, and Brian Burchett. That's the way it finished at the end of the race. So there you go. I feel like I'm missing a name. If I am, I'm sorry. So Trey Jackson, Lynch, Tom Wizza, Nate Lynch, Mark Schrader, Mark Fish, the top 20. Had a lot of marks in that sentence. Then it's Brian Lynch, Aaron Hale Bowling, and Brian Burchett. There's the drivers. There's a look at the race summary, and we're going to make this quick. Top 3 on the podium. We'll grab them next, and we will prepare for the championship next Thursday night at Vegas. Indy in 2 weeks. Stars and Stripes Racing League rolling on to the final race, round 20. The champion will be decided. Kyle tonight at Phoenix, his 7th win of the year. We'll grab him next. Welcome back to Phoenix, penultimate race of the season in the books. Phoenix Raceway, iRacing, LSRTV, Stars and Stripes Racing League. Wesley Outland here with you. Charles Witten, great job on the production. And we talk now to the man that picks up his 7th win in the run to the championship. In addition to that, that'll be in his 131st career start. Win number 34, 75 top 5s, 103 top 10s. Rocking them up them stats there, Kyle McCoy. What a job here to win here tonight at Phoenix. Obviously, we'll talk to Zach in a minute. Zach Kreitz was the Pied Piper the first half. The caution came out just after halfway. That changed everything, didn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Zach had probably the fastest car here all night. He was still holding close, even in dirty air behind me. And he was so good tonight. He's clearly going to be a threat as we go forward. But yeah, the caution fell. I mean, pretty much perfect. I don't know if I would have had a shot at those guys running green, but yeah, the caution fell. Kind of made my way up through a couple of his restarts, got just favorable positioning and made up a couple spots, and that's really all it took. I mean, you saw how hard it was to pass here tonight. I don't know what they've done to this car to make it like that, but you gotta kind of play the game the way it's put out there, and that's what we did tonight. It was awesome.
Kyle, do you feel like you put all the ingredients together to be able to hoist the championship at Sim City next week?
Yeah, I hope so. It's taken to win. I had to win 3 out of 4 of these things just to put myself in this spot. Scott had a pretty hefty lead. And honestly, I mean, he is so good here. I credit Scott a lot with just racing with him and figuring out how to drive some of these short tracks. Wilkes-Barre and Phoenix. I mean, these are places I haven't sniffed the top 5 in probably 3 or 4 years in this league. So I mean, this is so cool. Really fun to win here on the new configuration. Like I said, I don't think I've touched victory lane even or a top 5 in anything, any series, any car, any whatever you want to call it. So this is really cool. And yeah, Scott, he's so good here, and I really thought we were going to be headed into the championship kind of tied up, and to have that kind of lead on him going into next week is huge.
I'll tell you what, Kyle, before I let you go, man, thank your sponsors. And, dude, did you realize that this is like your 34th win and all the stats and top 10s and all the stuff I keep up with?
That's a big number. It seems like, for whatever reason, this Xfinity car has been so good to me. I won quite a few times when we ran it back in Season 3, and we're kind of doing the same thing again. So it's really, definitely fun racking up the stats, but it's not easy. These guys are so good. Zach and Josh, I mean, were probably better than me tonight. And just kind of, I had to run away from them there at the end, and luckily we got that done. But yeah, the stats are cool. Championships are way more fun. It's really fun to come in here and be competitive on Thursday nights and race with this group of guys, because you can't find that everywhere on iRacing. So yeah, thanks to Celsius, thanks to Iowa State, thanks to my teammates Scott, Kyle, and Trey. We locked up the team championship a couple weeks ago. It's pretty awesome. And thanks to Nate and Derek and everybody for putting this league on, and thanks to you guys for putting on this broadcast. I'm gonna save this one. I don't think I'll win here again for a while, so this is really cool.
Kyle McCoy again in his 131st career start for Stars and Stripes. Gets his 34th career win, 75th top 5, and 103 top 10 finishes. And the road to the championship looks bright heading into Vegas for next week. Kyle there. All right, let's grab the second place man, and that is Zach Kreitz. We do have Josh Robinson now as well. We'll grab him on the podium coming up also. And Zach, I said this during the intro to interview Kyle. You were strong. Your car looked so good. What changed from the first half of the race to domination to the caution and the green flag pit stops, and everything just kind of tripped on its axis from there? But I know you got to be happy with a second place finish, but I know you're hungry for a win.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Kyle's tough to beat, man. I knew once he got by me, it was going to be tough. But, yeah, I had the speed, like you were saying. I ran pretty good running behind him, but I just couldn't get past the bubble of like 4 or 5 tenths. But, man, if that caution didn't come out, I like my chances. But that's the way racing is, so got to deal with those circumstances and get better restarts and try to finish one of these things, man.
Zach, is the I know you wanted a win. You're going in the playoffs in this final race. You're in the top 12 without a win. A couple of other drivers as well. But when does that mindset change of, okay, I need to be points racing, or I want to win the race? Obviously, I know you were trying all you could to run back down. McCoy just kind of ran out of time.
Well, so with the lead that Scott and Kyle had going into the playoffs, it was going to be tough for me to catch them with all the bonus points and stuff. But I was trying to get to top 3, and I have a decent shot out there. Just the people I'm trying to catch also finished right around me too. So Josh is going to be tough to beat at Vegas. Tom's always tough to beat. All those guys in front of me. But as far as going for the win, I think you're always trying to go for the win, but I'm not trying to wreck Kyle for a win either.
What's next week going to be like for Phoenix, Zach, for this final race of the season? What do you think we're going to see? Do you try to look for just a W to end the season, or are you going to try to make a Hail Mary to go for a championship run, if you will? But I kind of think that's out of the cards, ain't it?
Yeah. I think that's between Scott and Kyle. I'm going to try and get a top 5 in the points. That'd be pretty good. I like the pace I've had these last couple months. So you never know. If I qualify up front, I tend to stay up there. So we'll see. I like Vegas. It's probably my favorite mile and a half. So see how it goes. Sure, I'll see Kyle and Scott up there per usual.
All right, buddy. Before we let you go, thank you, sponsors.
Thank you guys for the broadcast. Thank Nate, Derek, all the admins. I think my teammates, Christian and Jason, and Dylan Grim's been a part of the group here of recent. And yeah, man, love the league, man. And that's it. I appreciate it, guys.
All right. Well, there you go. There's the thoughts of Zach Kreitz. I'm trying to look at all this stats and information for him, and obviously, hopefully he can try to end the season, cap it off with a win. We're going to go now to Josh Robinson. As I mentioned earlier for Josh Robinson in his 77th career start for Stars and Stripes. Tonight, he's got 5 wins in his career, 33 top 5s and 53 top 10s. Now double that or add that to 54 and 34. And Josh, they were kind of talking about you had a really good car, man, just kind of ran out of time. And obviously, Kyle McCoy got strong there the second half of the race, no doubt. Your take of the podium.
Yeah, Kyle definitely turned it on when he needed to. It's Phoenix, especially New Phoenix, it is a really tough track to pass at after you get about 10, 15 laps on the tires. So if you're going to make a move, you got to make it early. Kyle did that perfectly on that second restart there. But yeah, I kind of like more of a long run, and I was hoping to set them up for doing that. I was hoping they got a little bit of racing, but really the pace we ran in that second to stay in front of Scott and Tom there on that second run, the pace we had to run, there was no saving any tires.
Besides McCoy and Rickard, which basically came in 9 points separated, you were the third man out by only 40 points or 30 points. Can you pull a Hail Mary and try to make a run for the championship, or are you just going to basically just let the chips fall as they will at Vegas next week? Pardon the pun.
No, those guys are going to race it out for first and second there. I think Kyle probably got a little bit more of a healthy lead, but I'm sure he is not feeling as comfortable as he would like to going into it. So that's going to be exciting to watch. So I'm looking forward to be able to have a good tight battle with all the guys there in second, because you can kind of throw a blanket over about 5 or 6 guys there. Anyone can come out third.
What do you think if you want to elaborate more, what do you think we'll see at Vegas next week for the championship and for the race itself?
Last time we were at Vegas, it was real pack racy. This Xfinity car is so much fun to drive. And I think when you get a car that's fun to drive and a car that has a very good setup for a track like Vegas, you're going to see a lot of 2-wide racing. You can run the high line at Vegas, both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you can run the low line, you can run the middle line. So I think it's going to be a real exciting race next week.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, thank you, sponsors. Always great chatting with you, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Thank all Nate, Brian, and all 72 other Lynches that put on this this league. And just thanks to everyone that came out and raced. And shout out to Team Spite, who showed up tonight and had a couple top 10s.
Joshua Robinson does have a win earlier this year, and of course, he is right there in the podium for the race to the championship. He'll get a podium finish here tonight in the penultimate race of the season for the playoffs at Phoenix. And that is our post-race wrap-up. Congrats again to all of those drivers, and the championship will be decided next Thursday night. Sim City Shootout, Las Vegas. We'll have it for you. All-Star Race Monday. That's upcoming next for iRacing on LSRTV. Have a great weekend for Rocket Media. Jeff Stabdow, Charles Wooten. I am Wesley Outland. Congratulations to Bad Boy, Kyle McCoy, Lucky 7, Win 7, Car 7, dominating here to win at Phoenix. Good night.